So if you are learning these two units in isolation, then that is not going to help you. This is the way you have to make your notes. Stage 3 is answer writing. Now, answer writing again consists of level 1 questions, level 2 questions, level 3 questions. Okay. Hello everyone. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Last year, OPSC introduced the ethics paper in mains. The old model of 2 GS papers and 2 optional subjects was done away with. UPSC pari ame bhi 4 GS papers and gote optional paper model ku, we moved to it. But last year it was noticed that the OPSC marking in ethics was very liberal because ଯେହେତु first time ଥିଲା ତ ସେମାନେ 180 170 ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ବି ମାର୍କ୍ସ ଦେଇଥିଲେ. But this is not going to happen if you're thinking କି ସବୁବେଳେ 170 180 ରହିବ, then that is not that easy, because in the upcoming years people will start developing more expertise. This exam will become competitive. So today I'll basically give you a very practical strategy, as you can see, about how to go about this subject. And you have to be serious about this subject because there's this triad of essay, ethics, and optional, where if you score well in these subjects, then ଆପଣଙ୍କ interview call is almost certain. ତାପରେ interview କେମିତି ହେଲା ତା ଉପରେ depend କରିବ how you will or where you will end up in the list. So in this video, I'll take you through note making, I'll take you through the sources, and I will give you some basic insights on answer writing. If you stick around till the end of the video, then I'll also tell you about a free answer writing initiative of OPSC PYQ mains that we are going to launch very soon. First, let's start with note making. Now, note making, why is it important? Of course, because last 10 days of the exam, you need something in your hands that you can, start revising and finish revising within a day. So GS1 in a day, GS2 in a day. In fact, लास्ट को नोट्स एमती ହେଇଯିବା କଥା कि एग्जाम हॉल बाहर जो 3 घंटा जो 2 घंटा गैप अछि सेथिरे भी गोटे गोटे जीएस पेपर इंपोर्टेंट टॉपिक्स आपण रिवाइज करि पारथबे. तो नोट्स मेकिंग ऑफ कोर्स सेटपा इंपोर्टेंट. देयर आर 2-3 लेवल्स ऑफ नोट मेकिंग. फर्स्ट 300 पेज रो बुक को 50-60 पेज को आनिबे, देन सेही 50-60 पेज को maybe 10 pages, 7 pages or 8 pages ko anibe. So there are levels of note making. At least this is what the toppers do. Don't be under the assumption that notes more bane dakar nahi mu boy ru hi paddebi. That is not going to work. Let me tell you the sources of where you are going to make these notes from. This is not, of course, an advertisement. Only IS ର ଏଠି କିଛି ମୁଁ material promote କରୁନି. These are national level institutes who are doing brilliant work. Free resources ଦଉଛନ୍ତି, and since it is free, available on the website, I'm recommending this to you. Very well done. This book, I can show this to you. I have the PDF. So this is their chapter 1, ethics and human interface. Empty, all the chapters have been covered. Very, very good source for making notes, diagrams, mind maps, the various subheads. Everything is on point. Even I had used this while giving UPSC mains during my time. You can 100% refer to this. Then Tankori gote publication bahare about 100 plus key terms. Now this is the A bohire, you will get the notes of all the 6-7 units that are there in the syllabus of ethics. But since this exam, like I said, answer writing in this exam is a bit different from what is reflected in the syllabus. Answer writing veluku, you need some terms to introduce their answers. Some terms are regularly asked in the exam. Jaharo ki apno pakhre ready-made definitions, examples, sabu ready-made content rahiba katha. So ei mane gote publication anichanti. Tara mu bi apanku photo dekhe dochi. The PDF I have. With this is that book. Let me go to page number 1. Yeah, this is that book. 100 plus key terms in ethics with examples and quotes. If you see the format, this is the format. Normative ethics. If this is normative ethics, what is the definition? What is the example? What is the quote? Or what is the quote about it? Virtue ethics, definition, example, quote. Jodi ame ao tikke aguku jiba. Then what is conflict of interest? What is non-partisanship? What is an example? Example रे tinta example achi. Okay. This is impartiality. What is honesty? So एमती करी कि 100 plus terms रो coverage achi. This is a very good book for preparing these terminologies which you will require for writing the answers. Apart from that, there is this book called Decode Ethics by Mudit Jain sir, who teaches at Ed Sarthi. ତାଙ୍କର ଗୋଟେ bulky ବହି 400 page ର ବହି, but very good, very deeply researched. excellent examples from deeply researched examples from mythology, public administration, daily life, current affairs, everything. But it is bulky, and even the font size is very small. So it is a 400 pages book. Like font size is like Spectrum basically. So okay, bulky read, but if you can read it, if you can finish it, then of course মানে ତା ଭଳିଆ material ନାହିଁ ଯେହେତୁ ଏଟା ଗୋଟେ text book. These are all coaching institute materials, so ସେଇ ହିସାବରେ ଟିକେ condensed ଅଛନ୍ତି. Okay. If you are someone who's preparing for 2026, I recommend you use this book. If you are preparing for 25, this book is, I beg your pardon, this book is okay. Apart from this, there's this book by Forum IAS, the Red Book, freely available. Not, I think, freely available on the internet, but I think they have taken down those PDFs. They are now selling it on Amazon and Flipkart. You can order this book also. These two are on par with each other. Eka bhaiya, same coverage, very good examples, very good interlinkages. Choose whichever book you want. Okay. Notes କେମିତି ତିଆରି ହବ? If you are someone who uses, who writes, who makes handwritten notes, I used a mix of handwritten and typed notes during my time. This is the way you have to make your notes. बस छोटे छोटे mind maps, छोटे छोटे single keywords, and all the topics, diagrams, केतेटा diagrams मते एमती बहिरे मिल जाउथला तो मु ता screenshot आनी के एठी रख दोथली केतेटा मोर निज handwriting रे. So governance, then promoting good governance, philosophical basis of governance. So these are the various subheads that are there in the UPSC syllabus or the OPSC syllabus. Okay. And I also used to make my own, set of printed notes. जोड़ा कि मैं type करी कि निजे बाहर करतली. This is the example of that. This is ethics and human interface. What is ethics? Why ethics are importance of ethics? What are the dimensions of ethics? एमती photo वोटो भी मुझे दे दिए ताकि मन रखिया पे मते help हबो. Then these are various terms: ethical absolutism, ethical relativism, what are the consequences of ethics? This is individual perspective, this is socio-political perspective, this ethics in private and public life. This is unit 1, for example. Then unit 2, attitude, social influence and persuasion. Okay. So more ଟିକେ expertise ଅଛି, mind maps ରେ and type କରିବାରେ. ମୁଁ ଏମିତି mind maps ନିଜେ ତିଆରି କରୁଥିଲି in a software for components of attitude, functions of attitude. These are the based on how PYQs are asked, I used to prepare my own notes. So each chapter mo pakhre emti 2 pages to notes achi, which I used to refer to during my time. Okay. So you have to prepare your notes like this, otherwise it is going to be very, very difficult to revise. So that was about note making. Apart from this, so there are 3 levels of note making. One is the units, the syllabus. Okay. 2 is the terminology. Okay. And 3 is basically a unit of the syllabus, but has to be prepared in a very different manner. That is moral thinkers. Moral thinkers should be visible in your notes. Okay. In your answers, so that extra edge ରହିବ ଆପଣଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ. So moral thinkers you can prepare from this PDF that ଆମେ ଆମ Telegram channel ରେ upload କରିଛୁ. ବହୁତ ପିଲା ଏଥର mains ରେ ଏଟାକୁ use କରିଛନ୍ତି. ମୁଁ ସେଥିରେ just 2 pages ରେ ଏମିତିଆ mind map କରିକି ଦେଇ ଦେଇଛି, compress କରିକି ଦେଇ ଦେଇଛି. ଏତିକି content if you can remember and use in your answers, more than enough. ଯୋଉ ବି ଆପଣ ବହି ଖୋଲିବେ moral thinkers ବିଷୟରେ ପଢିବେ, ସେଥିରେ at least 60-70 pages ର content ଆପଣ ପାଇବେ, which is फालतू माने एते जिनस दरकार नाही. आंसर रे गोटिए लाइन रे ही लिखियार अछि अबाउट जॉन लॉक, गोटिए लाइन रे लिखियार अछि अबाउट एरिस्टोटल, अबाउट प्लेटो, अबाउट एपिक्यूरस. ओके. और अबाउट स्टोइक. तो एते जिनस पढ़िया दरकार नाही. You can just refer to this PDF. You will find it on our Telegram channel. Go to the file section and type moral thinkers. You'll find it. Okay. So 3 levels of note making. This is stage 1. Okay. Then we move to stage 2, which is memorization and interlinkages. Now, by now, if you have started becoming a bit agitated about sir answer writing ବିଷୟରେ କୁହନ୍ତୁ, ମୁଁ କହିବି answer writing ବିଷୟରେ ଏବେ ବି this is just level 1, stage 1. Answer writing comes very much later. Answer writing comes after you start memorizing, or after you finish memorizing the whole whatever things you are learning. So this is syllabus, and I am saying memorization and interlinkages. देखो, GS1 history रे जदि मु कांग्रेस रो केतेटा पार्ट पढ़ी देली, then I can start writing an answer on Congress. Okay. because I don't need 1857 ପୂର୍ବରୁ କଣ ହେଇଥିଲା ୟା Portuguese and British French ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆସିଥିଲେ ସେତେବେଳେ କଣ ହେଇଥିଲା, doesn't matter। ମୁଁ କଂଗ୍ରେସ ଟାଇମ୍ ର ହିଁ 1885 ରୁ 1947 ଭିତରେ ଏଇ ଟାଇମଲାଇନ୍ ଭିତରେ ଗୋଟେ ଭଲ ଆନ୍ସର ବାହାର କରିଦେବି। ଓକେ, but ethics is not like that। ethics is such a interlinkage heavy subject where if you are not memorizing the notes you have made prepared in this chapter, the notes you have prepared in this chapter, Kale, mentally you will not be able to interlink the various concepts। For example, emotional intelligence is a concept, is a unit in GS4। Okay, ଏଥିରେ ଆପଣ ଏମିତି ସବୁ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚନ୍ସ ଅଛି କି ଇମୋସନାଲ ଇଣ୍ଟେଲିଜେନ୍ସ ଡେଭଲପ କରିବାରେ କଣ ହେଲ୍ପ କରେ। ସେଥିରେ ଗୋଟେ ଅଛି ପାର୍ଟ କି ଗୋଟେ ଛୁଆ, ଗୋଟେ ଚାଇଲ୍ଡ, ଗୋଟେ ଇଣ୍ଡିଭିଜୁଆଲ କୁ ଇମୋସନାଲ ଇଣ୍ଟେଲିଜେନ୍ସ a lot comes from how their parents groom the child। Okay, now parents is a chapter, role of family, society and educational institutions in inculcating values। Okay, so if you are learning these two units in isolation, then that is not going to help you। You have to be able to interlink the two chapters। So यदि एठिकार content मने अच्छी, when you are reading this content or this chapter, only then you will be able to make very enriched notes of emotional intelligence। Okay, एमती आउरी बहुत सारे examples बाहरी आसिबो, but again video लंबा हे जिवो। I hope you're getting what I'm trying to say। Okay, for example again और गोटे example दे दूची, public service values and ethics in public administration। This is contribution of moral thinkers and philosophers। Okay, no, okay, ମୁଁ ଏଠି ଟିକେ editing ରେ ଭୁଲ ହେଇଛି। This is another unit, public service, and this is another unit, aptitude and foundational values for civil services, integrity, impartiality, non-partisanship, objectivity। Now tell me, are these not public service values and ethics, right? So if you are reading these two chapters again in isolation, then that's not going to help you। So memorization is the key before you jump to the, or before you start the answer writing part। Okay, okay, now if you are through with these aspects, now let's move to the answer writing part। Okay, stage 1 stage 2 କାମ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ କରିବାର ଅଛି। आराम से 2 मास टाइम नियंतु। आराम से मु जो प्लानर देछि सेतिर आई हैव गिवन यू 6 वीक्स टू गो थ्रू द होल प्रोसेस। तो 6 वीक्स रे जदि आपण ए नोट मेकिंग प्रोसेस टा भी सार दोचंदी, देन आंसर राइटिंग कैन बी इजीली डन आफ्टर प्रीलिम्स आल्सो। ता विषय बेसी चिंता करिवे नहीं। ओके, stage 3 is answer writing। Now answer writing again consists of level 1 questions, level 2 questions, level 3 questions। Okay, what are level 1 questions? Simple, जोटा कि straight आपन notes रे उठा हबो, indirect आपन सेठी copy paste मारिबे answers रे। For example, what is meant by environmental ethics? Why is it important to study? These are all previous year UPSC questions। Okay, जोटा कि can be asked in OPSC questions also। What are the basic principles of public life? ये जो Nolan's 7 principles अच्छे, ठीक अच्छे, objectivity and all those things। Illustrate any 3 of these with suitable examples। Easy, level 1। Identify 5 ethical traits on which one can plot the performance of a civil servant। Easy, justify their inclusion in the matrix। Easy, any 5 ethical traits जा जा एठी पढ़ले syllabus रे, ये जो integrity, impartiality, non-partisanship, objectivity, dedication, एही पांचटा को उठेकी से लिखि देले भी गोटे आंसर बाहरी गला। Then comes a थोड़ा ज़्यादा advanced level 2 of questions। How will you apply? This is direct from your notes। Okay, now this is application। Okay, how will you apply emotional intelligence in administrative practices? Now this requires a deeper level of understanding। Ethi, if you have not understood or memorized both emotional intelligence and probity in governance along with public civil services ethics values, ଯଦି ତିନିଟା go units ର ଆପଣ content न ଦଉଛନ୍ତି, your answer will be incomplete। Hence answer writing start କରିବା ପୂର୍ବରୁ you have to have the notes, you have to have the terminology ka sheet, you have to have the thinkers ka notes, you have to memorize it and then jump to answer writing for a full-fledged good answer writing। Okay, now the average answers तो कहीं भी लिख दो। Okay, law and ethics are considered to be the two tools for controlling human conduct so as to make it conducive to civilized social existence। Discuss how they achieve this objective। Give examples, show how the two differ in their approaches। Now, law is a topic in Information sharing, right to information utilization. Yeah, laws, rules, regulations, and conscience as source of ethical guidance. Okay, law, rules, and conscience. And ethics is a topic in Unit 1. So this they have clubbed in one question. How law and ethics are related. They are considered to be the two tools. Discuss how they achieve this objective. Give examples. Show the how the two differ in their approaches. Again, to the integrated manner memorization no ହେଇଛି, you will not be able to handle this question well. And then comes a bit higher, level 3 of questions. ଏଠି quotation based questions ଆସିବ. An unexamined life is not worth living. Socrates, what do you understand by this statement? Explain with context. Okay. So ଏଠି ଆମେ ଆକୁ individual level ରେ ଭାଙ୍ଗି ପାରିବା, ଆମେ ଆକୁ societal level ରେ ଭାଙ୍ଗି ପାରିବା, ଆମେ ଆକୁ POBAD angle ରେ ଦେଖେଇ ପାରିବା, ଆମେ ଆକୁ ଆମ ନିଜ mental self ଇଏ ବି ଦେଖେଇ ପାରିବା. Okay, self angle ବି ଦେଖେଇ ପାରିବା. ବହୁତ ସାରା approaches ଅଛି answer writing ର. Some other video I'll tell you. So yeah, so this is the level 3 of answer writing. So of course, when you start answer writing, you have to start with level 1, gradually move to level 2, and then come to level 3. Level 3 will also help you in essay writing. Essay re jodi philosophical essays ro jodi next year start kala OPSC 2021 mains re pachartila philosophical essays both criticize ହେଇଥିଲା. तो last 2 years रो बहुत straightforward AI education women climate change এই ସବୁ topics ରେ बार बार पचारुची, but you never know next year कौन ଆସିବ, right? And then comes the case studies, which is a different ball game. Asibi, tapakuma asibi. Okay. So this was stage 3 answer writing, but this has to be done only after you finish stage 1 and stage 2. Don't think mu gotte chapter पढ़ी कि तारो answers लिखिया start कर देबी. That is a very wrong approach. Okay. This is a blueprint that I have developed for writing quality ethics answers. In intro, is your intro contextual, conceptual, or code based? Is your intro have you defined the core ethical term or used a relevant quote or example? Subheadings, are the subheadings thematic? Have you used crisp ethical based subheadings? Example, emotional trust in administration. Some question. Okay. Is there a diagram? Diagrams ideally should be made, but no kale bhi emti nuhe ki mark debeni, mark ଦଉଛନ୍ତି. I think a ବର୍ଷ AIR 1 Shakti Dubey madam kara, if you see the GS4 khata, she doesn't draw diagrams, but her content is so good that she got all the marks and topped the exam. Okay. Explanation. After each subheading, did you explain the ethical relevance briefly? Examples. Is there a real world example? Thinkers, philosophy. Did you use 1 to 2 ethical thinkers appropriately? Multidimensionality. Did you cover personal, administrative, and societal angles? Conclusion. Is the conclusion quote based or value rich? Word limit, যেহেতু OPSC 250-300 words পচারে, so it is 250-300. If it is UPSC, it is 150-250. Okay. The more the box is ticked, the higher your score is. This is the answer writing blueprint for writing ethics answers. Okay. Then comes the SPICE framework for answering case studies. Now, case studies re you have to step into an administrator's shoes. ଆପଣଙ୍କ district ରେ ବନ୍ୟା ଆସିଯାଇଛି, ବନ୍ୟାରେ ଗୋଟେ corner of the district ରେ ଲୋକ ଫସିଛନ୍ତି, ସେ ଲୋକରେ there are included women, children, old aged people. There is a prison also where some ଲୋକ jail ରେ ଅଛନ୍ତି, କିଛି ଲୋକ jail ରେ ଅଛନ୍ତି, and there is a minister also ଯେ କି ସେଇ area ରେ ତାଙ୍କର ଘର ଅଛି. तो ଆପଣ as an administrator ଆଗେ କାହାକୁ ବଞ୍ଚେଇବେ? So these are the kind of questions they ask. You have to step into their shoes and think like an administrator. So there is a approach for that, the SPICE approach. The stakeholders, S for stakeholders. First, identify who all are the parties. Like I said, women, children, minister, the inmates of the prison. Okay. And what are the principles, values involved? What are the implications? मुझे यदि आपको बंचेबी first, ताले कौन फायदा हबो? यदि मु ताको बंचेली, कौन फायदा हबो? एटी humanity solve हबो या एटी legal issues हबो या एटी मु मोर help हेजिबो? If I suppose I go for saving the minister first. यदि minister को बंचे कि मु आगे गोटे safe house को नहीं आछी, ताले minister तांको activate kariପାରିବେ all their network and resources to get the job done faster. But is that ethically correct when there are old aged people and women and children trapped? So these are the questions that you have to think about. Okay. What are the implications? What are the choices and alternatives? Yeah, this. And then the ethical justification. Choices and alternatives ଯେତେବେଳେ 3-4ଟା ବାହାର ଯିବ, ମୁଁ ଆକୁ first ବଞ୍ଚେଇବି, ଦିଟା ବଞ୍ଚେଇବି, ତୃତୀୟ ଆଙ୍କୁ ବଞ୍ଚେଇବି, ଚତୁର୍ଥରେ ଆଙ୍କୁ ବଞ୍ଚେଇବି. ତାର ଗୋଟେ justification ଦବାକୁ ପଡିବ କି why this is 1, why this is 2, why this is 3. Okay. So this is the It's a framework for answering case studies. So if we recap, yeah, if we we are just to come to the end of the video. If we recap, like I said, these are your sources. These are your note making tips. This is how you have to make your notes. If you just typed, then empty. Like for example, authore dikhiduchi, social influence is a topic in attitude chapter. So this is social influence, compliance, conformity, obedience, types, reasons, all the things that can be useful in writing an answer. Okay. Then this is persuasion. What is central root? What is peripheral root? Is a theory. See, ethics is tinta subject combined, right? Psychology, philosophy, and public administration. So this is the psychological part. ଜଣକୁ persuade କେମିତି କରିବାର ଅଛି ସ୍ୱଚ୍ଛ ଭାରତ ଅଭିଯାନରେ ଟଏଲେଟ୍ସ ବନେଇବା ପାଇଁ ଲୋକ ଦଉନଥିଲେ ସୋ ସେଥିରେ କେମିତି ଆମେ ଜଣକୁ persuade କରିବା ki no, this is needed for the women in the house, for the children in the house. It is dangerous to go to the fields during early mornings. Okay, how do you persuade them? So there are some psychological aspects at play. So this is where the psychology part is coming in. Okay, so this is how you have to prepare your notes. This ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ଏଇଠି example ଗୋଟେ ଦେଇ ଦେଇଥିଲି ପରମେଶ୍ୱର ନାୟର himself cleaning a toilet. Okay, to persuade people methods of persuasion रे there is a method ki ନିଜେ କରିକି ଦେଖାନ୍ତୁ what you are trying to say. So he did that. Okay. So notes ବନେଇବା ବହୁତ important, otherwise you will be in for trouble. ସେମିତି integrity ମୋ ପାଖରେ ନିଜର notes ଅଛି for integrity, for dedication to public service, for tolerance towards weaker section. All these are keywords of the syllabus. So this is how you have to prepare your own notes. Okay. And then finally the answer writing. Sorry, first then comes the memorization and interlinkages. मने रखिबा बहुत important. बार बार पढ़िबे first, then तारो active recall. Like I have said, active recall करके you have to memorize, and finally you have to take baby step towards answer writing. Okay, level 1, level 2, level 3. So that completes the strategy video. If you have stuck around for so long, thank you so much. I'll introduce you to this Pratigya mini test series that we are going to launch. It's a free initiative. ଆମେ ଏଥିରେ OPSC Mains PYQs କୁ cover କରିବା just through mini tests of 4 to 5 questions each. 4 ଦିନରେ ଗୋଟେ ଗୋଟେ test ରହିବ 1 hour ର 48 hours ରହିବ to submit the answer. ମୁଁ ନିଜେ evaluate କରିକି ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ କିଛିଟା tips ଦେବି, କିଛିଟା guidance ଦେବି. If you want to join, the link is in the description. You can fill the Google form and join this program. It will start on May 30th and finish by July 29th, after which you are supposed to switch to full prelims mode. Okay, this is the detailed calendar. Friday, May 30th, July 29th. GS1, 2, 3, 4. OPSC PYQs only, no other questions. Other questions ର time ଆସିବ prelims ପରେ mains test series ରେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆପଣ ଆମେ join କରିବୁ, you can join. ଆମେ launch କରିବୁ, you can join. But ଏବେ it's just OPSC PYQs. Okay. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. If you found that video useful, like and subscribe. Tell me what do you want me to make a video on next. And until next time, yeah, do join our Telegram channel. Telegram channel is the source for all these PDFs that I'm showing. Join the Telegram channel. Stay connected with us. And until next time, namaskar. Jai Jagannath.